In a quiet village in Igbo land, life was simple and full of traditions. The village was lively, especially in the marketplace where people traded goods and shared stories. The air was filled with the smell of fresh food, colorful fabrics, and the sound of drums. Ada, a young woman in the village, was known for her beauty, kindness, and strength. She lost her parents when she was young and was raised by her grandmother, Neka. Neka was wise and knew a lot about herbal medicine and spiritual matters. She taught Ada everything she knew. Ada worked hard every day, fetching water, helping her grandmother, and participating in village activities. Despite her busy life, she always made time for others, spreading joy with her smile and laughter. Chima, a brave warrior, was Ada's close friend. They grew up together, playing and exploring the forests. As they got older, Chima became very protective of Ada. He trained hard to defend the village and was very loyal to his people. Chima secretly loved Ada, but never told her because he was focused on his duties as a warrior. Ada didn't know about Chima's feelings. She valued their friendship and was busy with her daily challenges and learning from her grandmother. Neka often told Ada stories about their ancestors who faced hardships with strength and dignity. Ada learned that perseverance was key to overcoming obstacles. Life in the village was mostly peaceful. People lived in harmony with nature and each other. But one day, rumors spread about a threat from a neighboring community led by a powerful and greedy chief named Obinna. Obinna was known for his greed and cruelty. He wanted to take over Ada's village, not just for the land, but also because he had heard of Ada's beauty and wanted to force her to be his wife. The village elders gathered to discuss the threat. They wore their traditional clothes, with the chief, Esenaji, leading the meeting. The women watched from the sidelines, worried. Among them was Ada, standing quietly, but with determination in her eyes. The men talked about sending messengers to negotiate with Obinna. But Ada, believing in her people's strength, couldn't stay silent. She boldly stepped forward and told the council that women should also defend the village. Her words surprised the elders, especially Esenaji, who thought women belonged at home. But Ada's courage inspired the villagers, and they began to see the wisdom in her words. Meanwhile, in Obinna's grand palace, preparations for the invasion were underway. The palace was filled with symbols of his power. Obinna, wearing a lion skin, arrogantly dismissed the messengers who came to negotiate. He was determined to have Ada no matter the cost. Back in the village, preparations for battle began. This time, it wasn't just the men who were ready to fight. The women, led by Ada, prepared medicinal herbs and protective charms. The atmosphere was tense, but there was also hope. Ada's bravery had united the village like never before. On the night before the battle, Chima finally found the courage to speak to Ada. Under the old udala tree in her compound, he confessed his love for her. Ada, who had always seen Chima as her protector and friend, realized she loved him too, though she had never admitted it to herself. In that moment, they both understood that their bond would be their greatest strength in the coming fight. The next day, the battle began. The village warriors, dressed in traditional war attire, stood ready with spears and shields. Ada, though not a trained warrior, used her knowledge of herbs and strategy to guide her people. The battlefield was fierce, but the unity between the men and women of the village gave them an advantage. Chima fought bravely, and Ada's leadership helped turn the tide. In the end, Obinna was defeated. His forces retreated, and Ada's village was safe once more. Peace returned, and the village gathered to celebrate their victory. The village square was filled with music, dancing, and laughter. Drummers played, and dancers performed traditional dances in their finest attire. Ada, now recognized as a hero, stood beside Chima, knowing that together they had helped save their people. As the sun rose the next morning, Ada and Chima stood together, looking over their village. The long shadows of the udala tree stretched across the compound, and the sounds of distant drumming filled the air. Ada reflected on the journey they had taken. She knew that it was not just their strength in battle that had brought them victory, but the love, resilience, and unity of their people. Through their struggles, Ada and Chima had learned that true power comes from within, from the courage to stand up for what is right, the love that binds people together, and the resilience to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. And in that, they found their victory, not just over their enemies, but over the limitations of the past. Ada and Chima's story became a legend in their village, a story passed down from generation to generation, a story of pain turned into power, of love that conquers all, and of the strength that comes from unity.